Hey everybody, sorry for that malfunction. Our batteries were, the battery on the camera kind of died, and we apparently...
We're in a different location.
Hey, did we inherit some teleporting powers or something?
Oh.
No.
Well, let's just continue.
Nah, guys, what happened was the battery on the camera died, and it takes a while to charge, so we actually had to move from working downstairs to working in our apartment instead. So the rest of this comic review is going to be shot up here. The background isn't fully done. We just drew whatever we had available for the background to finish this comic review off. Sorry for the interruption. The interruption in the middle of, we were talking about Amazing Spider-Man 690. I just want to really finish up really quick on it. I'm looking forward to what's coming next for Spider-Man. We were talking about this about 4 hours ago now, so I don't really remember. Well, not 4, it was about 3 hours ago, but it's really good. I'm looking forward to the end of the Lizard story, though. I'm tired of the whole your life is going to change Spider-Man. It's time to move away from the web in distress.
So you mean Madam Web.
So we're going to see in the next issue if Kirk Connors actually goes back to being the Lizard, or if the human side finally peeks its head through again. So I'm looking forward to that. We'll see what happens next, I guess. But until then, that was Amazing Spider-Man. I have all the faith in the world in Dan Slott. He's been doing an amazing job. Okay, Venom number 21, the Savage 6, part 4, and the final part.
I read it.
And yes, you read it. Mike, Comic Book Corner Mike, you got through to him.
Yeah, so anyway, guys, I really read this issue. I really liked the fight scene of Flash Thompson versus what's it called?
Sinister Six, Crime Master.
No, the Toxin.
Oh, Toxin?
Yeah.
Yeah, apparently in the last issue, I'll let you go in a second. In last issue, it turns out, the spoiler was Betty Brant's brother is back, and he's Crime Master. And now it's Venom versus the Sinister Six to get to Betty and save her. He actually does try to save Eddie Brock from the Toxin, but something happens and Eddie Brock blames Venom for the unfortunate end. It's not over. Toxin will be back. For the unfortunate thing that happened in this book, you got to read it to find out. So, after a briefy fight with Jack-O-Lantern, it's Venom versus Crime Master, and Crime Master's about to win until something happens. Don't want to say what. But in the very end of the issue, Betty says, it isn't your fault, at least not all of it, and for what it's worth, I forgive you, but I don't ever want to see you again. And then Venom finally comes clean with the Secret Avengers. He's like, I've had a big stumble. It didn't go well. Truth is, I've been screwing up since I got the symbiote, and I think it's time I come clean. And in the next issue, it's going to be Venom taking it to the rest of the Savage Six. I've really enjoyed Venom. I'm really enjoying the comic book in whole. We talked about this a little bit during the live show. It was a really good. It's a really good comic. Regardless that it's not Eddie Brock, I would highly recommend you guys check this out. And even Mike, what did you think on it?
I think it was a great battle that Flash Thompson did the fight against the Sinister Six, and I'm really looking forward to the final battle of Venom versus Jack-O-Lantern.
Oh, I can't wait. That's gonna be
that one. I'm looking forward to. I've been looking forward to that since a few issues back when they were working together, sort of, and then they got a little too with each other. But I mean, you know, still have my thing, Eddie Brock, but
well, you never know.
I know, but I like
back to he was the anti-Venom.
If Eddie Brock and Flash Thompson work together, then I'll be happy. That would be good.
I'll accept that.
I'm just saying, it's a good read, though.
Final part to this story, the Mighty Thor, issue 17. Thor versus Enchantress, and I knew I was going to forget the name, and it's 3 hours later. I had the name in my head when we started this comic review, and of course now it's completely out of my...
I think you said it.
My mind. Scourge the Executioner.
Right.
Now, we all know that Scourge the Executioner was reborn through Donald Blake's body, and Donald Blake is a disembodied head that the Enchantress enchanted.
The art
so
is
he's
amazing,
alive.
the artwork.
So Thor is kind of the artwork's is amazing. I'll show you guys some. Thor is beside himself. He's like, how is this possible? I'm Donald Blake. He's like, well, before I became Thor, I had a life. I grew up. I went to school. And he's like, but you're not at the center of my life. And he's like, but you were at the, Donald's like, but you were at the center of mine. And apparently when Thor died, it freed Donald Blake from the spell, and Donald Blake was able to continue on in life regardless that Thor was gone. And we all know Donald Blake wanted to become Thor again, and instead Enchantress kind of screwed him over, and now Donald Blake forever will be a disembodied head. Then it jumps back into the mayor's world, where the boy comes face to face with the mayors, and he has his own little friend, as you can see. So we don't know what happens in the nightmare world, but apparently it works, and everybody wakes up. And let's just say Enchantress gets the boot out of Asgard.
Yeah.
And Thor strikes a deal with the mayors, and in exchange for a place on the table and recognition, they do one other thing, which you guys are just gonna have to read to see what happens. And next issue is a new story arc, and I believe it is called, oh, it doesn't say what it's called. Okay, well, it's coming out in 2 weeks anyway, guys, so look forward to that. I'm looking forward. It's the last story arc for the Mighty Thor, and then the Mighty Thor is going to end and get redone again, because we all know in November, worthy means Thor. And of course Thor is going to look a bit different. I'm not really a fan too much of when he has the goatee, but I believe he's going to have like a
looks good with a goatee.
Stubble or something. I liked him clean shaven, but you know, Thor has gone from goatee.
Yeah, but in the Avenger movie, he had like a
yeah, I know, and even
it looked like Thor.
Yeah, and you know, he goes from clean shaven to goatee to 5 o'clock shadow, back to clean shaven. Yeah,
the Punisher does that too.
So it's just a phase with Thor. Eventually, he'll either shave or he'll change again. It's an ongoing change. It's kind of like all the other superheroes; they change. Uncanny X-Force 28. To save X-Force from the imminent doom they are under, Psylocke channels, I forgot his name, but he was killed in the last issue. Psylocke channels the teleporter, whom I don't know who it is. I'm trying to find his name.
They don't give you the character. They should really give character lists either in the beginning or the end.
Gateway. She channels Gateway, and she teleports them 30 years into the future, where apparently X-Force is. You remember that movie? Do you remember that movie with Tom Cruise where if in the future you're gonna do a crime or kill somebody, in the present, what they do is they arrest you because of your future. What you're gonna? No, that's the butterfly effect. No. It was the one with Tom Cruise where if you did something bad in the future, they found out already in the present and they arrest you before you commit the crime. That's basically what X-Force is doing. Anybody who is going to create a crime, they go and they arrest them and execute them before they actually commit the murder or the crime. And it's all thanks to Psylocke. Psylocke is the big leader, and Wolverine actually agrees to it. Turns out that Kid Apocalypse becomes Apocalypse, or Kid Omega becomes the new Apocalypse. X-Force and Wolverine save the day, and then as the future comes, X-Force develops a career in this dark future where they're in charge of stopping all, you know, major crises. And it turns out that once they finish stopping all of them, they decided to go into preempted murders and crises, and then eventually it led into, if you're going to create, if it's even thought of in the future that you're going to do this, they're going to stop you.
So they're preventing it from happening.
So yeah, exactly. Betty doesn't like this, so she actually attempts to do something to prevent all this future from happening. And X-Force, Wolverine's 50-50 on it. And basically, Cable shows up, and they want to send them back to the present to, you know, live out the life to that future. However, something happens, and as the advertisement says, kill the future. Something happens at the end of this issue that might very well change the future that they're in as we know it. But however, they've seen it now, so we all know that that's gonna at some point change. X-Force has been spot on. I've been really enjoying X-Force since day one. There was one down story, and then that was it. And after that, it's just been up and up and up and up. And the pulse on this book, unlike the pulse on Dark Avengers, it's beating strong, and it's going to beat strong all the way past Marvel Now and beyond that. I'm really enjoying Uncanny X-Force. After this, it's not a jumping on point right now, but I would highly recommend this title in trades to people. And when there's a jumping on point, you guys know I'm going to give you guys the okay that it's okay to jump on. Next, Deadpool number 58. Black Box knows Deadpool no longer has a healing factor, so he sends Black Swan after him. The artwork in this book is also very, very good. Here's some examples of the artwork. I'll give you guys a couple more. It's a hilarious. Basically, it's exactly what the book says. It's Black Swan versus Deadpool. The entire book is about that, and Deadpool wants to know who sent Black Swan, and he wants to do. He wants to.
He's showing his face more though, Deadpool.
Yeah, because he has his healing factor is gone. And basically that's the whole thing. It turns out, of course, Deadpool one-ups Black Swan, and then Black Box says, okay, that one's down, let's pick somebody else. And in the end of the book, we see who's next on the hit list that's going to go after Deadpool, and that's to be continued there. That's the long and short of it. This was a very straightforward book. Black Swan gets called by Black Box. Love the first page, by the way, where he gets caught on the toilet. And that's just the whole book is Black Swan versus Deadpool, with a little bit of dialogue here and there. And basically, Black Box is getting all the people that want Deadpool dead and trying to get them to kill Deadpool. But even though Deadpool doesn't have his healing factor anymore, he's still making it through all these people, which is really cool. And it makes Deadpool kind of like the Punisher in a way, only missing a pinky.
Yeah, but what about Deadpool, that comic book? I'm not sure. The Kills Them All universe? Does he have
That's
it?
next week.
Yeah, does he still have it? Or is
he still has his healing factor there.
Also, this is a totally different universe, so...
Yeah.
Oh, okay, because I was confused for a second.
So, there's a funny part in here. He tries to go to Cable to heal his pinky, because Cable has the ability to heal things. It turns out Cable's in a coma because of what happened in Extinction.
Oh, yeah, I remember that. Ouch.
That was hilarious.
That was.
Oh, man. So I would definitely recommend Deadpool. You can pick it up starting this issue, but it's really good. It's all about Black Box sending supervillains off against Deadpool to try to kill him. So all of Deadpool's enemies are gunning for him now that he no longer has a healing factor.
Oh, boy.
Or a pinky. Captain America issue 15 starts up the last story arc for Captain America. Bravo and Madam Hydra are pulling out all the stops. They want to make Captain America look like the worst superhero in the world and make it look like he should retire. There's an actual newscaster in here who sounds very familiar. And he's actually talking against Captain America, saying he needs to quit because, instead of helping the people when there was this big riot, because the book starts off with Captain America versus these supervillains or metahumans with these powers. Not metahumans, they're kind of like, I believe they're robots as a matter of fact. And it turns out they're wreaking havoc, and in the end they kind of destroy the city. Even though Captain America stops them, it's too late. Half the city is in ruins. And this guy called, oh my god, what's his name? Reed Baxton is, he wants to, he's saying that I think it's time that Captain America retires. Is this who we want to, who we want to represent America? He can't do it anymore. He's getting too old. He should retire. And Cap is watching, and Diamondback shows up, and she's like, why are you watching this trash? Don't listen to this. They're just talking against you. And it turns out it's this huge plan that Bravo and Madam Hydra are cooking up. And then they find out that one of the people who's talking against Cap isn't really alive anymore. And the plan is starting to unravel. Captain America finally figures it out. And then it turns out that I'm trying to find out what the name of these people are. The people that were attacking in the beginning of the issue are attacking again, and this time they're attacking in Washington. And Captain America is nowhere to be seen, but as we see in the next issue, he will be back. He will be in Washington. He will be fighting these things again.
Well, he's Captain America. I mean, of course, he fights for the American land.
It's really good. They're trying in the worst way. Bravo, since he's been back, has been trying the worst way to push Captain America out, to get Captain America to quit, to hang up the title and everything, and basically to destroy everything that Captain America represents and everything Captain America is. And I can't wait to see, by the end of this story, Bravo get his almighty tuchus handed to him.
Yeah, I'm just wondering, why do some people tell him, like, you know, like they did that in Green Arrow where they said that Green Arrow shouldn't be a superhero? Well, why do people don't want these people to be superheroes?
I have no idea.
I mean, they're the reason why the Earth is safe and stuff.
Yeah, oh, did I show artwork? I did show artwork.
Yeah, you did.
I did. Really good artwork as well. I would highly recommend this book. Grab it now, guys. This is the last story arc until the relaunch, up to the relaunch, and then it's going back to #1 again. I don't know if they're going to change the title a bit, but it's going to get a relaunch. One of my favorite books this week was Wolverine and the X-Men, issue number 14.
Without the Juggernaut suit on Colossus.
Yeah, Colossus and Kitty Pryde go out on a date. And Kitty Pryde is left to run the whole school because basically half the X-Men are running around with the Phoenix Five, and the other half, basically Wolverine, are working with the Avengers to try to stop the X-Men. So the whole date starts off with Kitty Pryde and Colossus on a date. And I must say, I'm sorry, but Colossus scares the crap out of me in this comic. Every single face,
oh my God.
Every single face there that like every face shot they do of Colossus is like creepier than the next. I'll show it as time goes on. So we jump back in time a bit with Kitty Pryde, who's running the entire school on her own. No help, no teachers for certain classes. She's even considering giving Toad a teaching position temporarily. And then here comes Colossus, out of nowhere, and he says, "Will you join me for dinner?" Then we jump into New York City, where it's Iceman, Bobby Drake, with the Phoenix Five, well, one of the Phoenix Five, Magic, and they're fighting the Avengers, and Bobby's like, "Ben, don't make me do this, you know, they're doing it, they're going against the thing." And things like, "If you don't, I will, pal." And then he's like, "Okay, damn it, fine." And he freezes thing, and he feels like he's doing the wrong thing. This is on the wrong side. And he actually goes to talk to Cyclops about it, and Cyclops is too busy doing something else. And then Bobby just disappears. And once again, we have that weird face on Colossus. That scares the crap out of me. And Kitty's like, "I think I should go back to the school," and that kind of pisses off Colossus, and they go back to the school. He's like, "You know what? If I wanted, I could destroy the school, I could kill you, and then bring you back again. I'm the Phoenix," and da-da-da-da. And he actually hurts Kitty Pryde, and then he looks down at the statue of Jean, and he's like, he just gets like lost, like just like with the Juggernaut situation, and he ends up flying off. And then it turns out that the X-Men that were working with Cyclops and the other Phoenix Five realized they were on the wrong side. Bobby shows up and he's like, "Kitty, we're back. We realized we were on the wrong side." So for those of you who are on the X-Men side, it turns out a lot of people are leaving the X-Men. And Kitty's like, "Whatever, pick up a shovel, have Rachel work the kitchen. We're short-staffed and we have a lot of work to do." And it ends with an epic picture of Colossus as the Phoenix Five in his Phoenix suit, and that's where it ends. Next issue has Wolverine with Professor X.
That I'm looking for.
It looks like all the X-Men that were on Cyclops' side are about to turn on Cyclops,
and it's about time they did.
It's about time they realized. Thank God. I was so sad. Iceman, of all people, one of my favorite X-Men.
Didn't I kind of predict that some people were going to leave Cyclops' side?
Yeah,
I think I did. Yeah,
you did. And I kind of figured the same. If the X-Men were on the wrong side, and yeah, that That's the truth. The X-Men are losing control of the Phoenix Force, and now they're all
Cyclops
going...
is not a good leader. That's the main point of Cyclops' side. Not a good leader, people.
Highly recommend this book. I love the artwork. I was not a fan of Chris Pichello's artwork at the beginning, but this artwork is tolerable except for those little Colossus scenes. Those were kind of creepy, especially certain faces. I was kind of like reading the book at a distance.
Like this?
No, that just looks like you're hitting on me. Please stop.
Okay.
Thank you. But no, I read the book at a distance when it came to those faces, so good job if you wanted to make Colossus look creepy. And finally this week I thought I'd conclude with the #1 book that came out of Marvel. It's an ongoing series, X-Treme X-Men #1. I cannot really pass judgment on this book just yet. It has potential, but if it's going to go through, if the whole point of this book is just this first story where it's like, okay, we lost all of the Professor Xavier heads, we have to go collect them, if that's going to be the whole point of this book, I give this book a maximum 24, a minimum 12 issues before it's canceled. If this is just like the first story, or a story that's going to lead into a future story, like there's going to be more that develops as the story progresses, I give this story a bit more, it's going to last a lot longer than if it's just sticking to the whole find the Professor Xavier heads. Then there's going to be a problem. So, Dazzler from the regular DC, Marvel, I almost said DC, but I stopped myself. This is all pre-Avengers vs. X-Men because the Utopia is still there and Cyclops is still Cyclops, and we all hate Cyclops. I thought Emmeline Frost in this book would be nicer. She's actually more of a, pardon my language, bitch in this book.
She always was.
The artwork is pretty cool. There's some cheesy, stupid music lines like, this B-side totally rocks. I'm like, turn the page, continue reading. Then you see this and it's like, awesome. I like Commander Logan. I like it. The first book left me with a mixed feeling. Dazzler is teaming up, or actually she was thrown into the mix with them, so she's with them whether she likes it or not, with Emmeline Frost, Kid, Nightcrawler, Commander Logan, and one of the Professor Xavier heads. The ending page I don't want to spoil, but they're sent into another. This is going to be a universe hopping team. They're going to be jumping from one universe to another, different multiverses.
Oh, no.
Oh yeah, it's going to be multiversing. You know I'm probably, we'll see how issue 2 goes, but
I hate that they do that. It's always in X-Men books though.
Universe hopping?
Well, that, Spiderman, and other...
Well, I
What's
can't
Marvel trying to
pass...
prove?
I cannot honestly pass a judgment on this book yet. I was, but I can't. I talked about this a bit in the live show. I'm going to wait till issue 2 before I pass any kind of keep, drop, or on the line judgment. So the issue in August will determine whether I wish to keep this book, drop this book, or stick around for a little bit longer, stay on the line, so to speak, and then determine at a later issue if I want to keep or drop this. This is a $2.99 book, though, not too expensive, and after all the drops I just made, it's affordable for now. As time goes on, though, we'll see where this goes. I would say give it a shot. I know my Comic Book Corner gave this book a shot.
What do you think of it?
I didn't really... We talked about it during the live show a bit.
Oh, you mean this past...
Yeah, the live show we talked about it. So I'm going to wait. I know Comic Uno, Kate said that she was going to give it another shot before passing judgment too. So a couple of people are giving this a second chance before passing judgment. So I'm going to do the same. And we'll see where it goes. We will see how it goes and what transpires from it. I mean... Who knows? Maybe Marvel now will cause this book to get pushed all the way down to nothing, and then it'll just slowly evaporate.
Yep.
So I don't know. With all these new teaser images that are coming out, with all the issues and stuff like that that are ending and then starting up again, like Iron Man, Captain America, Fantastic Four, FF, X-Men Legacy, and I didn't hear that they were ending Deadpool. I didn't hear they were ending Deadpool, but apparently Deadpool's getting something because of the chimichanga thing, and. And what else was there? Hulk's getting an end and a new beginning. What was the 8th one? There was 8.
Wait, there was...
Indestructible.
Indestructible. It was Thor, Iron Man,
Jimmy Chan.
Hulk, Deadpool, Fantastic Four, FF,
Captain America.
X-Men Legacy. I said Captain
Oh,
America.
you did? X-Men Legacy. What were the other 2? It's escaping our mind.
Oh wow, and we did it just a while ago.
Yeah, we just did it a bit ago. That's right. I do not remember. 2 Fantastic Four books: Captain America, Iron Man, Thor, Deadpool, X-Men Legacy,
Hulk,
and that's it. 8.
Yeah. So why are you making me go crazy?
I don't know. I'm losing my mind.
While going back to the camera.
I'm looking forward to all the new stuff they're doing, and they keep announcing more and more new stuff. I know in 2013, Avengers #1. No, New Avengers #1. And in December, Avengers gets their #1 for like the 10th time now.
Wow.
Hopefully after this they won't renumber it for a long time, because there's about 10 volumes. I feel bad for anybody who's collecting every single one of the Avenger books. I gave up on that when I saw how many volumes there were. But I mean, I'm exaggerating with the 10, but I mean there are so many volumes of Avengers, and the first volume of New Avengers continues the Avengers. So technically you need all the Avenger volumes plus the first volume of New Avengers to get the full Avenger run. And New Avengers is getting relaunched for the umpteenth time also. I think this is about the 3rd time now.
Wow.
And I don't think a couple of people we like are going to be on it, but they'll probably move into other teams.
Well, we'll see. We'll see what happens.
Alright guys, so that's it for this week's Dark Avenger comic book review. And come back really soon. I'm going to read those other books, and hopefully I'll have something during the middle of next week, so we'll be caught up to date on all of our comic books. And there's going to be talk on a few of them in the live show. Okay. So.
We're 27 minutes, by the way.
X-Treme X-Men #1. I'm waiting for the next issue. I'm on the line. Give it a shot, guys. Wolverine X-Men 14, really good. I'd highly recommend it. Captain America 15, last story arc begins here, so if you want to check it out, now's your chance, and then it gets relaunched. Deadpool 58, still awesome. I'd say check it out. Uncanny X-Force 28, you should be checking this book out. It's really good also. The Mighty Thor, issue 17 is the last part to this story arc. The new story arc happens next. I really highly recommend this book. Venom 21 is awesome. The Amazing Spider-Man 690, the Lizard stories, we'll see what happens next. I'm looking forward to the next story arc. X-Men Legacy 270.
Great issue, get it.
Astonishing X-Men 52 rewinds time, and now you see Karma's side, and you see that she's really not the bad guy. Dark Avengers 178 keeps jumping around, and it's about, this comic book's about to flatline, so hopefully it won't. Avengers 28, straightforward book, up to you guys. You can miss it if you want. Winter Soldier 8 was really good. Green Lantern #11, best book from DC this week. Right after that is Green Lantern New Guardians 11. Justice League Dark 11.
Excellent issue.
The Comedian 2 was pretty good also. Superman 11 was there. Up to you guys. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 12, book of the week. Micro series Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles #6, Casey Jones was really awesome. My favorite character outside the Turtles. More Than Meets the Eyes Transformers 7 was really good. Looking forward to next issue with Grimlock. Ghostbusters 11, if you like Ghostbusters, you'll be getting it. If you don't, you won't. Manhattan Project 5, it's out there, but it's up to you guys. I'm enjoying it. Star Wars Blood Ties, Boba Fett's Dead, the last part, up to you guys. You're a Star Wars fan, you'll be getting it. Really awesome, great artwork. Resident Alien 3 of 3, I'm not continuing the series. I leave that up to you guys, but I don't see anybody getting it. And Lord of the Jungle 6, last issue. It's a really good series, but I won't be getting it due to finances anymore anyway. Guys, there's a subscribe button above this video. If you enjoyed what you saw, please hit that subscribe button, because there's going to be many more videos to come, and you're not going to want to miss it. I love comments, likes, dislikes, questions below. Please feel free to. If you're a troll, don't bother, because I'll delete it and forget about it the second after. And show YouTube you like this video by favoriting it, because I do not do thumbs up and down. Take care, everybody. See you guys really soon for another Dark Avengers comic book review. Take care, guys.
Later, guys.